Warning: the content of the video that you are about to watch pertains to the harvest of fur-bearing wildlife through the practice of ethical, sound wildlife management of modern-day trapping. If this bothers you, if it triggers you in any way, shape, or form, please leave this channel now. Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. Guys, what I got for you today is something I feel like is becoming a little bit of a lost art, and that is trapping muskrats with footholds. You don't hear of a lot of guys doing it anymore. You don't see a lot of guys unless they're using floats. And floats work great. There's no doubt about it. But the trouble with floats are, number one, they take up a lot of room in a truck or in a boat. That's just a given. Number two, it can, doesn't always, but it can take a while, especially in small water like farm pond or something of that sort. It can take a while for those rats to start using it because it's something new. You got to understand, they're a prey animal, so they're a little bit spooky of those kind of things. Anything new in their environment, they get a little spooky to it. So the way to combat that, if you are using floats, is to find some fresh rat droppings and put on it. Fresh mud, fresh rat droppings, the combination of the two, especially the droppings. Whether you put mud on them or not, at least put some of those rat droppings on it. And that will jumpstart you, okay, so to speak. That'll get those rats to using it a lot sooner, a lot quicker for you, and you'll be able to take them a lot faster. But the way I do it, and we'll go down here and demonstrate here in just a bit, but I want to kind of go through some of just what I use. Just a good dead stick. Doesn't have to be anything special. Now, if you want to, and I have used it a lot, is go to the hardware store and buy yourself a couple of bundles of lath. And those are awesome for trapping rats. They're lightweight, they're easy to get, they're not that expensive. You can use them year to year to year to year for several years. I'll spit it out in a minute. You know, they just work great. They're white color, you know, for the most part, at least until they get weathered, of course, then they turn darker, but you know, they just work fine. And then all you need is a few bait sticks, like something just like this. Break the top of it out a little bit. My favorite two baits to use are either ear corn or turnip. Turnips stay a lot whiter, a lot longer than what apples do. Apples work great. I'm not saying they don't. Potatoes work fine, but a turnip stays white longer, so you've got more eye appeal there. A lot of times, like early in the morning, if you put a piece of apple on this stick and put it in the bank out over the water a little bit, by noon or 1 o'clock, it's starting to turn brown on you, and there's no eye appeal there. But a slice of turnip will stay white for days. Another thing you need is a roll of 14 or 16 gauge wire. Little number 1 long spring. You notice I've got the chain over on the other side because, believe it or not, you will catch coon in these sets, and I have taken a few beaver in them too, and some big beaver at that. So you want to make sure you got them staked good. And then a good bottle of muskrat lure, something like my bat rastard or something of that sort. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple, pretty fast, pretty easy, and you can go around a pond or a lake pretty quick, put in a bunch of these, and take a bunch of rats in a hurry. The secret to it is, the big secret that I've found anyway, is to make sure you get enough water over that trap, okay? Otherwise, you're going to catch a lot of them by the front foot. And when you do that on a rat, a lot of times you will take a chance of footing him. He'll twist out. But if you give yourself plenty of wire, don't just wire him off here at the chain, give him 2, 3, 4 feet of wire so that he can go out and go down, and that trap will pull him right down. So when you're putting these in, and I know that pan's shooting the moon, we got to fix that right now. Can't have that at all. That's why you always carry a pair of pliers. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. To quote Red Green, no, it's not duct tape. Still a little high. We'll see what that does for it. You know, they get bent up, slinging them in and out of the truck and out of the boat and everything. They get a little bent up. So, all right, that looks a lot better now. We're a lot better than what we were. So the biggest secret to this is get 3 or 4 inches of water over that trap. That way that rat wants to come in and sit down, you catch him by the back foot versus the front foot. And not only that, but if you get too shallow of water over it, a lot of times you'll end up with a miss. So get plenty of water over that, so that way that rat wants to come in, he'll swim right over top of it and sit down to get your bait. Just works better for me. Not saying it's for everybody, but that's the way I do it. It's for me. So all I do, and it's so simple, it's so easy, is take a piece of that turnip or whatever you're using. Carrots, parsnips work good too. Anything that you can get pretty readily and hopefully without much cost to you. Put a piece of it on the stick, stick it in the bank, angle it out over top of the trap, put a little lure on it, stake it, give him plenty of wire, and there it is. That's it. That's all there is to it. So anyway, I know this was kind of a simple little quick video. Didn't amount to a whole lot, but I hope it helps somebody. Especially some of you new trappers, don't overlook those muskrats. Mike and I, my trapping partner, we're gonna take off here in November when we open, and that's what we're gonna concentrate on for 3 weeks here in Iowa before we take off and go down south. We're gonna, hopefully we can catch somewhere between 300 and 500 rats there in about 3 weeks. We're not covered up with rats by any means, but we do have some. So hopefully, we'll catch a bunch of them, and then we'll take off down south after Thanksgiving. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to watch, and if you would please just hit that thumbs up for me. That's all I'm asking. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.